Hello, welcome to Lawmaster's Lair. I'm your Lawmaster, here today for the examination of one of the various nations of Galorian. Been a while since we have been on Avastan, our recent focuses being the Impossible Lands. So let's look at one of the nations which I still have yet to look at, which, with the recent Starfinder playtest releases, I believe Numeria to be an excellent choice. Let's get started. All killer nations and all nations of the Inner Sea region, really, were affected by starfall. Many great nations were lost to time, and the Khelids, those who were the first to emerge from their safe spots, took to various lands. However, in Numeria, the sky was not quite done falling. During the vast stretches of darkness in the Age of Darkness, a spacecraft which was passing through the solar system crashed into Numeria, an event known as the Rain of Stars, which led to the land becoming dotted in technology beyond understanding. Some of the early Khelids did investigate the strange ruins that came from the sky. However, one Khelid ruler explored a ruin and ended up causing a massive explosion which destroyed his entire tribe and poisoned the land with radiation for untold amounts of time. This began the culture-wide rejection of technology that the Khelids are known for, and began the policy of, if technology was found, to just bury it again, for the good of everyone. And so Numeria would sit relatively untouched for many millennia. Of course, denial can only last for so long. In 4308 AR, one of the four founders of the Pathfinders, Gorgon the Sharp, stole into the area and entered the Silver Mount, the largest of Numeria's technological ruins. He emerged changed, let some know outside of the region about the marvels within, then disappeared again in Silvermount, for real this time. This would get some attention in the areas of certain circles, but more than anything, this eventually led to the formation of the organization which would control Numeria for decades, the Technic League, a group of technology-obsessed spellcasters who managed to gain control of the Black Sovereign, and with it, a lion's share of Numeria. In the last several years, the Black Sovereign has been freed from its drug-induced stupor, and the Technic League is in shambles in the places where it is not disbanded. However, the largest news is the Black Sovereign is now looking outwards, trying to make alliances with other nations in the region. Whether the success or failure, only the future will show. In Numeria, the largest population is, of course, humans, it being one of the central territories where those of the Khelid ethnicities live. That said, those like the Technic League who are looking for scientific study and those who cross through the nation on the very way to the world wound have led to a few different groups of varied ancestries running around, and ethnicities. Both ancestries and ethnicities. Anyway, this is also the home for Pathfinders, androids, which is, in the grand scheme of things, is a relatively small amount. They are survivors of the crash who have been in stasis until awoken for one reason or another. Might just be someone poking around some ruins. Last note, the rat folk ethnicity known as the Numerian tinkerers live here, as the name suggests. The rat folk innate desire for tinkering with tech, finding wide use in the area. Now, before we look at the maps, a quick talk on religion. Religion is not the biggest of concerns here, despite there being worship of Goam or Iomede within the area. However, it was here where an AI tried to ascend to godhood, and it is where Cassandra Lee eventually became a goddess. Even in a wasteland of tech, the new faith has spread fast, especially among androids, and we know it will one day lead to the creation of Trion, Amazing what comes from those stone ways, right? Looking at the different regions now, starting with the capital, we have the area known as Sovereign's Reach, the area directly under the Black Sovereign's control. The capital is Starfall, home of the ruins known as the Silver Mount. Here the Black Sovereign's reigns from his palace. Various Khelids under his tribal rule make their homes, and the working class is made up of slaves. Or was. We have avoided looking directly at the area since the beginning of 2E, so some things might have changed. Lackthroat is like Starfall, except while a capital has vices for only the elite, Lackthroat has them for everyone else, as well as the locals' Thieves Guild. Greymoor is home to exiles from Usulov, those whose focus is improving the land around the castle. And for landmarks, the Battle of Grassihart is a tomb of two of the generals who fought in the massive engagement, and the hollow ground is the remains of the ship's holodeck, now focused on torturing those who enter. Next, we reach circling counterclockwise. It's reverse for you. Anyway, counterclockwise, we find ourselves in Feldales. The area was hit the hardest by the Rain of Stars, with only a strip of what they had been able to create civilization on. The largest city is Armor, the offensive city built on the edge of the world wound and was the wall which kept demons out of the region. Other cities in the area include Dravardnok, an impoverished town whose entire purpose is to make bricks, and Kortown, a town of orcs which survives through raiding. Kortown is on the border with the Numerian plains, as is the Rose War, site of a war against body snatchers. Other landmarks include the Plain of 1,000 Swords, which is a haunted area where the souls of 1,000 warriors haunt, the Witchlight Vale, the site of an ancient explosion which has supernatural happenings, Castle Orion, the local fortress of the Iomade faith, and the Scar of the Spider, a river-filled gorge with a strong presence of killer robots. We then find ourselves in the Numerian plains, whichever way is counterclockwise from your angle. Anyway, this is the most important part of the nation, the area where food is able to be grown, and therefore the land technically actually tries to leave alone. The largest city, Hajoth Hakados, works well to keep different factions in fighting, keeping taxes low, and ensuring that all aliens, including the city's Lashunta leader, are not found by the Technic League. Wonder if it is more open now that the Technic League's gone. Anyway, Torch is a small village built around a part of the spacecraft, always with a plasma glowing and firing at random times. Black Pipes is built around the exhaust of the fallen ship, with the entrance opening and closing at random. Ironvein is the home of farmers who were exiled from Malthun. Likewise, Malstol is the largest farm village in the area. For more hostile havens, Smazrock's Haven is a hidden home for android supremacists, and Black Horse Outpost breeds gremlins to deal with technology. For landmarks, the Gorm Pots are natural geysers. The First Blade's Path is a mysterious straight river separating the plains from Sovereign's Reach. And the Cloaking Tower is a techno-wizard tower. Finally, the farthest east, which is going to be on this side on your end. Anyway, we have the Selen Hills. This area surrounds Numeria's branch of the Selen River, and is filled with nomads constantly traveling the lands here and of the River Kingdom, and traders and crusaders traveling up and down the river. Chesed is the largest city in Numeria, and is famed for the appearance of the lawgiver, Herald of Torog, appearing in the nearby Sable Hills, and inspiring slaves to fight to protect the town, inspiring the abolition of slavery. And with the technically gone, it seems slavery will remain gone. That said, there are still dangers of the Chapel of Rent Flesh, a chiton laboratory melding flesh with science, hidden deep below the surface of the city. For other towns, Sunderhorn is the home of the corrupted Sunderhorn tribe. The Chitterhome is one of the largest Ratfolk cities. Chitterhome is not that far from Scrapwall, the depleted scrapyard once rich with sky metal. For other landmarks, Crow Hollow is home to a vanished tribe, the Mountain Goat tribe, with a sinkhole entrance to somewhere now opened. And the Battle of Fallheart is home to a legendary battle, which was cut short by the fact that the area is radioactive. And that ends today's video. It's nice to be outside the impossible lands again. Let's see how much I can finish off before I start on Tianxi. I'll probably still avoid Radom for now, but either way, next week we will not be exploring a place, but a famed fantasy creature. See you then.